Okay, question 1A was simplify a squared x squared minus b squared y squared over ax plus by. Okay, so this is what students were asked to simplify. So what you need to do is, first you need to write this expression somewhere we're going to work from. Okay, once you do like that, that is on the working space which is provided, or the answer sheet, since this is paper 2. So once you have written like that, then what you need to do now here is you need to factorize this using difference of two squares, I mean. So you are going to factorize by using of difference of two squares. Okay, that means you're going to come up with the ax plus by, which will be multiplied by ax minus by. Okay, now here the value of this expression I've written down here and the one which is on top in the question is the same. Okay, which will be over ax plus by. So that one will be maintained just like that. Now when you look at the expression that I have written, when I factorized the numerator in this fraction, which is a squared x squared minus b squared y squared. Okay, when I factorized that, I came up with ax, I came up with open bracket ax plus by, which you can definitely see that ax which is on top, which is plus by, and the one which is down, which is ax plus by, these, they are the same. When you look at them, they are just the same. So that means I can cancel the one which is on top and the one which is down. As you can see, as you know, when you're dividing, you cancel what is common on top and what is common down. So now, as you can see, that is the expression that is common. It is found on top and down. Now when you look at what you are remaining with, you are remaining with the ax minus by. Okay, and that is the answer. That is the answer that you need to write. That is the answer. Now when you do like that, that means you have managed to come up with the answer. So the answer for question 1A was ax minus by. Okay, let's go to question 1B. Okay, question 1B was as follows. Given the geometric progression 4, 2, 1, and those 3 dots indicates that the progression continues, and then there are questions where find 1 the 7th term, 2 the sum of the first 9 terms. Okay, so let me write the first question, which is the 7th term. How do you find the 7th term in this scenario? So the formula we use to find the term on the given position is Tn is equal to AR. So A, that is the first term, and R, that's a common ratio, and then which is raised to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to replace now those values, those letters, by their values. So we're going to say is equal, so we're going to say 4 then multiplied by the common ratio. Now the common ratio here, we can come up with our common ratio just looking at the progression itself. So a common ratio, that is for our common ratio. So the common ratio, we can, how do we get the common ratio? So what we do is in a geometric progression, we get the number that is behind next to the number. So which means the first progression is 4, so we're going to divide 2 by 4. Okay, so 2 will become a dividend and 4 will become a divisor. So it will be like we get the second term, which is 2, divided by the first term, which is 4, and when we divide that, it's going to give us a quotient which is 0.5. Okay, so 0.5 is the common ratio, so we can write it like this. Remember, it's not always that the answer will be 0. Sometimes the number can be bigger than 1. Okay, so that's a common ratio which is 0.5, which will be raised to the power of 7 minus 1. Okay, why 7? N, that is the nth term, the nth number, that is 7. We are looking at the position of the number we want to find. It is on 7th position. That's why I've used the 7 there on the power. So we have 0.5 raised to the power of 7 because we are looking for a number that occupies the 7th position. If we are looking for a number that occupies 13th position, then we could have put 13 there where there is 7. Okay, now once I've done that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write these numbers and then find the difference of the powers, which is 7 minus 1 will give us 6. Okay, once I've done that, then when you're writing an exam, you just punch the numbers the way they are. Okay, so meaning you find the value of 0.5 when you multiply by 0.5, or you find the value of 0.5 when you multiply by itself 6 times. Then later on you multiply by 4. But when you punch these numbers in the calculator, you're going to get the answer, which is 0.0625 as an answer. So that is the answer, 0.0625, and that is the term that is on 7th position. So that was the correct answer, and that was the answer that the examiners expected you to write. Okay, let's go to question B2. Okay, question 1B2 was find the sum of the first 9 terms. Find the sum of the first 9 terms of this given geometric progression. So the formula we use to find the sum of the terms is this one, which is sum of the terms is equal to a open bracket 1 minus r raised to the power n close bracket over 1 minus r. Okay, once you have come up with a formula like this one, then what you need to do is first you need to replace these letters by their value. So we know that a is equal to 4, then open bracket 1 minus, so r, we found that r is 0.5, the common ratio is 0.5, so we're going to write 0.5, which will be raised to the number of terms that we are trying to find the sum of. So we are told in the question that we find the sum of 9 terms, so that's a number of terms we want to find their sum is. So 9 terms, so I'm going to raise that to the power of 9. So if you are asked to find the sum of 60 terms, then that one will be raised to 60. 0.5 raised to the 60 if you are finding the sum of 60 terms. So the number of terms you're trying to add up, that is the power of that number there. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to close bracket, then which will be over 1 minus 0.5. We know where 0.5 is coming from, that is common ratio. Once I've done that, then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the value of numbers in the brackets. So I'm going to write 4, then I'm going to find the value of 1 minus 0.5 raised to the power of 9. And when you punch that in your calculator, you say 1 minus 0.5 raised to the power 9, it's going to give you something like this, okay, which is 0.998046875. I'm going to round off the final answer to the nearest sorry, not to the nearest, but to 3 significant figures. The final answer is the one I'm going to round off to 3 significant figures. Like once I've done that, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write over, then I'm going to subtract that. 1 minus 0.5 will give us 0.5. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to find out the value of 4 times 0.998046,875. Okay, so when you punch that in your calculator, I'm sure it should give you something like this one. So you get the answer, which is like that one, 3.9921875. okay, which will be divided by 0.5. okay, once you have come up with that, now you can just go ahead and divide that. So when you divide 3.9921875, you're going to get this one, which is 7.9847375. okay, so that is the sum of the first 9 terms in the geometric progression above. okay, so this one is the correct answer, but however you need to write it to 3 significant figures. So I'm going to write this one to 3 significant figures. So 7.98, these are 3 significant figures. Now we can check on the next number after 8, which is 4, which is less than 5, so which means we're going to add 0 to 8. Therefore we're going to remain with 7.89 as the final answer. okay, so basically these were the answers for question B. For question 1B, let's go to question C. okay, so question 1C was find the geometric mean of 196 and 15,625. okay, so we need to find the GM of these two numbers given. So what you need to understand is the GM of two numbers, this is the product and then the square root of the product of the two numbers, right? GM of two numbers is the square root of the product of the two numbers. okay, so what we need to do is the formula we use to find the geometric mean of two numbers is GM is equal to square root of A and B. So A and B, these letters, they stand for different numbers that you want to find the geometric mean of. okay, so in this case we have got 196 and 15,625. so which means I'm going to say equal to, then square root, then I'm going to write 196 multiplied by 15,625. now I am sure you are going to use a calculator to find the product of these two numbers, as well as the square root of these two numbers, the product of these two numbers. Therefore, it's very important, as you are punching in numbers, you're going to have a square root like the one which you are seeing on the screen there. So for assurance that the square root will be for the product of both numbers, that means you need to put these numbers in brackets like the way I've demonstrated. So you punch in a square root sign, then the open bracket, then you write the expression, then after writing the expression, then you close bracket with another bracket, then you punch equal. That means now it's going to give you the square root of that number. okay, basically what you need to do now, first you need to find the product of these two numbers. In other ways, the sure one is you need to find the product of these numbers without a square root. okay, so if you are punching these numbers, first you punch them without a square root. okay, then you copy them somewhere, then you come and punch a square root plus the product you're going to get, like this one, like the way I've punched it. okay, I found the product, then I write the square root sign there, then the calculator will give you the square root of that. okay, once you have done that, then immediately punch like that, you say equal to, it's going to give you the GM of 1750 as the geometric mean of those two numbers. okay, so basically this was the correct answer, unless if you have got questions. If you don't have questions, thank you so much for watching. It has been Easy Learning Z Mathematics. The future is bright. See you in the next video, and God bless you.